Hi everyone, welcome to DrivingConversations. I've been saying ukuthi like I would like to have a guest. So namhlanje it's a special edition. I have a friend or two friends futhi Oh, one thing to note is that Ghost Lady akekho namhlanje
Pay.
Busy cooking pa endlini, so namhlanje izaba zigents so I have a replacement of a ghost lady, of which sine ghost guy namhlanje. Now sine ghost guy master on that side, and then wait befana uba ndibizile ukuthi igama lakho okanye ubufuna uhlala anonymous.
It's fine,
It's fine. Okay, yeah.
Continue.
We have master on that side, and then we have man of the hour, Avuyile Teyise. For those that watched the previous episode, I did mention Avuyile Teyise and the work that he's doing, which is Avu Maths and Science, and I was explaining more about Londole. You can say hello to the audience.
Hi everyone. I hope everyone is good. As the men have said, igama lam ndingu-Avuyile Teyise. I'm 28 years old. And he also mentioned that I have a program here that I'm running, which is Avu Maths and Science. So thank you for having me, sir.
Sure, no
So-
problem.
No worries.
And then myself, we have a few words of news said before Sikal.
Angikambi nando nam.
Okay.
Bala nam ndibulisa. And then after the match Bafana noko.
Oh, also speaking of Bafana Bafana,
Yeah.
so the previous episodes for Abo Ebebes Bugela, I've been following Bafana Bafana as like a fan, not the analyst, like proper and whatnot, like a fan in car, and I'm happy with the results. And singathetha ngayo nje for like a good few minutes before we speak more about your project.
I think when it comes to Bafana, we all have those feelings about Bafana Bafana. But in the last previous games and the recent one that they had with Morocco, they really gave us that Rugby World Cup feel, if you know what I mean. And we are hoping that Bafana pulls through this match against Cape Verde this weekend. So that they go through another match and then they go to the finals, because everyone is talking about watching the match in big screens, just like we did in the Rugby World Cup.
And wait, Ubugelepi, like what was this? In last 16, like what was the feeling? Like ubuhleli nabantu?
I've been having guys at my place. We're just watching the games, like all the games. And hey, when it comes to Bafana, I have my feelings that Bafana is they are playing, but it's just that sometimes they can disappoint you. That's one thing about Bafana.
They're not playing, if you're being honest. They're not playing.
They're not playing.
That's how you feel. That's how you feel.
Until you got in 90% of your Sundowns. Walk on change. Otherwise, I don't know.
This is the new Bafana. Because I sometimes say Sundowns Africa, because almost, and as more than 60% or 50% of the players are from Sundowns, but they are from SA, of which Bafana.
It helps if it's gonna put them through those games, then
That's good.
That's good. But I also have my personal favorites. As you've asked about how did I like perceive or watch the AFCON tournament, I've been like watching the underdogs. You see, the underdogs have performed so well. And my most favorite underdogs is Angola. Angola has been playing for me. they've been playing.
So ungabukeli only Bafana Bafana?
I wasn't watching only Bafana games. I was watching like the other games.
You're dedicated.
No, where straight,
Yeah.
where straightly I've gone.
Yeah, but I'm not a really like a soccer fan, like deep into soccer, because I don't know anything. But I know a few things about soccer, but I'm not that much into the soccer.
Then just one last thing, like ibethe Morocco, of which Morocco I think it's ranked number 1 in Africa, because of the performance yayo World Cup, of which it was amazing. They chopped Spain, Portugal, and betray France. Then ke ngoku i-SA like yabachopha like ngalo 2-0, even though they were defending kakhulu, but a win is a win. A win is a win. Then ke ngoku going to the next game, of which is Cape Verde. Cape Verde, intimidator because of indlela edlala ngayo.
I think for me personally, it's my opinion. I've been a fan of Angola. And watching Cape Verde play, because I did watch a few games of Cape Verde. And how they score goals and how they how they communicate on the field. It's amazing. So it depends on the boys if how they wanna look at it and then go forward with it. But if they lose, they lose. If they win, then they win. But Cape Verde is not a walk in the park. That's what I can tell. What I can tell you. So it's gonna be a fun game to watch.
Because it's been a while since excited about Bafana Bafana.
So 2010, I think.
Since 2010.
I don't even think since 2010, but
because even Naglo 2010, we were excited because we were the hosting country. So
but that's optimistic
about winning World Cup.
About advancing like some quarterfinals.
Stages. But So sawubona man, idlala on Saturday, ne?
Yes.
Okay, let's hope. I hope he's a winner, because as I said in the previous episode, but I'm just being optimistic, and also I think indlela decide ngayo ba is a winner or not, based on previous knowledge yethu of Bafana Bafana, and not specifically because lena issue le, but ingqondo yethu I think is tied on la Bafana Bafana that disappoints. And also that's why ibi shocking kakhulu le win ya okokuqala ukuba iphume kwi group stages, and then ichophe out Morocco, ezinye izinto ezenza uba at least bekhona confidence, but still isekhona la nto leyo ba man Bafana Bafana. But ngoku like I'm being optimistic. I hope he's a win. Cape Verde andazi much ngayo, but sizobona, because I think igroup yayo ibine Egypt ne Ghana most. Then ikhona start
it outplay those big teams. Group. Outplay them. I don't remember if maybe number 1 on the group stage.
Number 1 with 7 points, 2 wins, 1 draw.
They outplay them all.
As much as you see songs of Khalil about like you win and stuff, but as the more you win, loser. I had more. If lose the same as when you will the final, then you had more than maybe lose those
group stages. But like process of compete with high level, but the more we back closer and go bendlala ibhola, I always say it's better to lose with group stages, like what you are saying, than you lose with final, because that silver medal crash. But I think we've covered enough of Bafana Bafana, and let's all watch Bafana Bafana. Simi man, like because ibhola, especially the last game, like the last 10 minutes we saw profit sport in general, now. But so bon. Play phone.
It's yours.
Nah, it's image.
Soft one, don't.
Okay. Now, so yeah, going to a business of the day. Now, so yeah, as I mentioned, like I did send a shout out to when I think I was speaking with Ghost Lady about I'm a grade 12s with the metric. So after the results was pumil, then we were saying I'm a grade 12 that didn't make it, right?
Sure.
Like they do have options.
Yeah.
Now, and then we also touched on tutoring.
Sure.
Maybe let's say didn't do well and then he or she wants to upgrade. Then your name came up because we know Guti you have Avu Maths and Science. I'm not sure Guti like how many years it's been running, but before seeing go deep kuyo so yabo. I would like to maybe go back if you don't mind. As to where this love of tutoring and also like ndizothi love because ndiyakwazi sikhule sonke and you've been doing le nto uyenzayo now. Yabo. And then for those abangakwaziyo buso yabo. Okay, siqala kanjani na? So let's say masiqale from a primary. So primary school yako, let's say primary A1 food.
Same primary,
same primary and then
same high school.
Same high school food. Now. So yeah, can you take us through maybe exciting moments as I say primary and also nje if you can remember ukuthi like tutorisha like ibikhona lo element leyo a primary and what were you doing a primary like were you into academics like how you are now?
Okay, now we're not talking about football, it's being personal. Okay, a primary, it was not necessarily me seeing myself in front of people like tutoring or becoming a teacher. It was never like the idea because I grew up in Nyanga Crossroads, which is the same place that you grew up. Then as you mentioned, we went to the same primary school. So it was never a thing of I see myself like helping someone deal with the academics. So that never crossed my mind. I grew up like in a funny way. I grew up under a religious house because my father is a churchgoer and my mother is a churchgoer. So I grew up under that house where we had rules. Like if you do something, when you come back, you get a PT.
That's nice.
So listen to this guy. So
I mean, I'm saying it's nice because it's a way of disciplining a band.
And not to cut you off, I think I had this conversation with someone that if I had kids, I would still discipline them. I hope I don't get cancelled for saying this. I would discipline them, but not necessarily to beat them up. They able to face into as bad, but to have that, because to have that control as a parent to your child.
It's very important.
It's very important. Like it's you as a parent, like limiting the chances of this person or your child becoming a bad individual in the community. Because if your parent lets you loose, then you will be loose. Then you will become a monster, man. Like being a monster, it starts from an early age. So I was lucky to have like my parents in the house, and also at school I was a very playful child. But I wasn't into like athletics or anything that is sporty because I found out in in primary school that I can't play soccer. So that's how I found out. But I can't play soccer, even though I was playing soccer like during break times we were playing soccer and all that. But I found out that
you were not that good. You can play, but you are not that good.
So I decided to quit.
I
know.
So in terms of academics, so in primary to be specific, were you like part of the top 10, top 1% when it comes to what you are tutoring now, like maths, or in primary you were just playful, just having fun and not focusing mainly into academics? Because I know abanye abantu bazi late bloomers when it comes to academics. Once in primary, like ebengafocusanga so ebezidlalela, then maybe in high school ke ngoku aqale khona ke ngoku ukuba serious.
Okay, in primary, we like they were beating us up too much. So it was one of those things. But if you didn't do, you know this, but I'm gonna tell everyone. You know this, that if we didn't do our homeworks.
Oh, Emma also. See, mention Kamala School.
Oh, we didn't.
Let's mention Kamala School.
I went to Sikau Primary School, which is located here in Young Crossroads, where I stay. As I was saying, it was one of those things. If you didn't do your homework, you knew you're gonna get in trouble. But most of people in my class, like, they were not doing their homeworks. I almost fell in that trap too, but luckily enough, I didn't. Well, I was the one. I remember this other morning. Our classes were starting at 8, so around to 8, everyone is like, Teyise, which is my last name. Then they copy my work. Then my teacher would find out. Then I would also get in trouble. It was one of those things. So academically in primary school, I was just having fun. Nothing much, nothing less. But it's one of those things, man. I don't remember how primary went about. I don't know what happened in primary. I don't know what
it just went out quick.
It went out quick. It was like that. So that's one thing I can say about primary.
Okay, no problem. Then from primary, then you didn't go straight to high school.
I didn't go straight to high school. I went to another primary, which is Imbasa. Is it Imbasa secondary or?
I think
primary.
Imbasa primary school. I also went to that primary as well. I think my mother was scared or very skeptical of the idea that I'm moving from primary school to a high school. So she sent me to another primary school which had
grade 8
and grade 9. No, it only had grade 8, not grade 9. It only had grade 8. So I only went to high school to start with grade 9.
Oh yeah, just to clarify, is Bespela go grade 7. Sepela grade 7 now. Then instead of going straight to high school to do grade 8, you went to another primary school and you did your grade 8.
That almost happened. That almost happened too before I went to high school. It was one of those things, man, because we know this is a rough place that we grew up in. Like every child or teenager, when you grow up, you get to have friends. And then you get to have friends who choose for you, or you'll be the one who choose for your friends, right? Our mothers always tell us about each one is wrong.
That's
but
true.
Not knowing, but in that group of friends, you are the wrong friend. Okay? So I think the reason why I went to that school it was because my mom was scared of me to go to high school.
Umamako was very protective of when, and also nale, like what you mentioned, good discipline and then she knew that high school is very tricky. It's very tricky. So wagnika another year to prepare yourself for high school. And then high school came.
High school came.
Also, so in Embasa, how were your academics?
My atmosphere there, it's where I met some of my other friends that I'm friends with today, and other people and other teachers as well. I think when I got to that school, I became troublesome, if I can say. I became troublesome there because, I don't know, man. It was a new feeling, a new school. So
what was it? Teenagers.
Yeah, teenagers.
Teenagers, yeah.
There are girls, there's smoking, there's everything.
Yeah.
Not in school, just around us, yeah. The talks from like EPSZ and all that. Because to be fair, some people don't believe it today that I never smoked. I never touched alcohol ever in my life. But the funny thing is, when I went there to that school, everything was happening. Our kids were having sex, they were smoking, everything was going, but it was taking place in that school. But funny enough, I don't know what happened, man. I think it was the thing of me being afraid of my parents coming back home. Because I had a thought, okay, this looks nice. Like seeing someone smoke something, it looks nice. It looks cool. I may not say nice. It looks pretty cool to see someone smoke, then talking, or while they have a cigarette in their mouth while they're talking or looking for a lighter. You see, that looks cool. But to me, I always thought, okay, if I do this, my clothes are gonna smell bad. My father's gonna notice, or then I'm gonna get a beating. So I think those beatings saved me from a lot. Speaking of being troublesome in that school, we ended up. I feel bad for this, but I'm gonna tell everyone. We ended up being disciplined or punished because our previous school teacher from Sitao went to that school. To have a talk. Yeah. That guy came. That guy, Mr.
Shout out to Salman Rain.
Mr. Magdalena came to that school. He came there. He gave us a nice beating. And then the deputy principal, I forgot her name. Then she had a tour. It was on a Saturday. We visited mostly, I think, I don't know how many prisons are here in the Western Cape, but we visited almost I don't know if it was 5 or 4, but not more than 5 though. I don't remember. Yeah. So we had a tour. We didn't know what's gonna happen to the tour. Right? So we were told, okay, you guys, this coming Saturday, we're gonna go on a tour. So we went on a tour bus. Then it stopped to a prison. Then we visited, as I was saying, I don't remember if it was 4 or 3 prisons, but it was more than 3 and not more than 5 as well.
Wait, so was it your grade or only a few of you guys?
It was just a few of us and with some ladies. And
so the troublesome ones?
The troublesome ones.
That was intense ones.
Yeah. Yeah, they took us there. Then we had a tour. We talked with the guards. We talked with the prisoners. When was this? This was in 2010, because 2010 I was doing grade 8. So that was then. So we had that tour. It was a very, very bad tour, my friend. I don't know that. But it helped. We even went to the juveniles, where the underage kids. We saw how they live in there. I was like, I am not coming back to this place. Then we went to the adults where they live. We found out some guys are abused. Some guys are all that atmosphere. So I told myself from an early age that I don't want anything or to associate myself with such stuff. So yeah, that's how it went.
So that's where you can say you stop being a troublesome kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was not being troublesome. It's just I saw other kids doing it, so I was like, yeah, I need to be like them.
Peer pressure.
Yeah.
Peer pressure. I didn't know why you had lower experience of going into 3 different jails or
but 3 to 4. I don't remember.
But yeah.
Because you could say, I mean, it's quite related, but what's the difference between a jail and prison?
I think I heard this one before. Jail is where they take you before you go to prison. And then prison is where they sentence you, then they take you. I think that's the difference.
Also, how quick you?
Yeah, you go to prison.
Oh.
But when they take you,
it's just a temporary thing.
That's jail, yeah.
Waiting for your trial, and then when you're sentenced, we are straight to prison.
We might be wrong, but
okay, so yeah, going to high school. So high school, we went to the same high school.
Sure.
But when I think if you grade 9.
Grade 9, yeah. Then when you
then I feel grade 10.
A year later.
Yeah. So yeah, from primary to high school. Now, but the primary side, okay, academically, like you haven't highlighted anything about like you being serious in school and getting good marks and whatever. Now, so yeah, what happened in high school? Like, just take us through maybe like your first years and also when you started being serious.
Okay. Yeah, I went to high school, started in grade 9 in high school in 2011. So I think that's where the academics started to take place, because I think influence, I got it from there, the influence. Still live a high school, which is New Iceland High School, which is also located in the same place. So I'm one of those guys who went to high school, primary school in the same location, high school, same location. So yeah. So influence here, academics, I think it was from high school, as I've mentioned. So we had a maths class teacher, right, which is Mr. Corner. That guy was good, right? Still is good. And he's one of my influence. We pure maths. Yeah. Because in grade 9, you were between, like, which stream are you gonna go to when you go to the FET?
In next year.
In the next year, yeah, for 3 years. So he was a big influence because he was a funny guy. You know, I like funny people I shouldn't say I like funny people. I like people who like understand the kind of humor that I'm into. So he was like that.
Dark.
So dark. One thing about humor, it's a different story because humor has timing. You may find something funny for you, but for me it won't be fun. Or I might find something funny and then it's not fun. So I don't know how to disclose why my humor is dark. And what is dark humor?
What is dark humor? Humor is but I think dark humor, I won't say very wrong now, but there's a humor of man offensive, and ithatha into izinto
almost yonke into mani offensive depending receive manje.
But ezinye zi-dark.
I enjoy jokes that are offensive just because I know I can take jokes as offensive. And it depends on the tone, man, when you talk about humor and net jokes. It depends on the tone, on how it's said and how it's done, how it is. Like, you can get a message from humor or from jokes, right? So
also could depend on one column to that's doing the joke. When also delivery yake, so you can tell whether it's an insult or it's just like a joke.
Just like I am like my number one or my favorite comedian out there is Dave Chappelle. That's the guy for me, and he's been cancelled, then came back from a cancellation. He's the first guy to beat a cancellation. He's the first guy to beat cancellation, and his material is like from way back, man. He's been that good for me. So that's the type
good one. We are stretchy bounds of the jokes. We are beyond Dave.
To a point where you're having a good time, man. Even if you like experiencing what he's talking about, like you become so like more attached to him and also the joke and have a good time. So it's nice like that. So yeah, coming back to my teacher. So my teacher liked to make jokes in class, so I enjoyed him, and I ended up liking the teacher. Then I think in February or March, I became the highest in our grade 9. I think back in 2011. So if
I have you achieve that's why.
he was not there.
Master, we are not here for that. We are not here for
Speaking
that.
of abantu ababengekafiki, I'm coming to that. So I think I was the highest in class when it came to maths, like your products, your multiplication, your algebra, and all those things. So I think in March or just after March, I'm not sure about it, but the guy came in after the guy who Fezil then. Coming from Eastern Cape, he quickly joined our class. Very quiet guy, just like me, because I'm a quiet person as well. But he was more shy because he had that Eastern Cape mentality, and he was like that when he first came in. I'm not saying that in a bad way, man, but he was more contained, because he was.
It's expected.
It's expected. He was observing the environment, I think. So he came in, but he came in later in the year, but not later that much. I think it was March that he came in. Then the guy, we had, I think, a class test or a sports test from Mr. Corner for maths. The guy became the highest in class.
Oh.
For several times. The guy was beating us up.
Yeah.
Till I got 0. I think it was a class test now. I got 0 to a class test.
Maths.
A class test or a class work, it doesn't matter. But
maths.
Yeah, in maths, I got a 0. The guy got good marks. So I got, my mind was turning. And I was like, what is happening to me? I even went to the library. I had trauma that day. Went to the library, studied maths.
Trauma and maths,
Yes.
So, no, man. So, Master Upambene.
This guy.
Trauma and maths, library. So, a library, like, you felt you can do bad.
Yeah.
So you be fighting spirit, but no man, man. This is not me.
Nothing happened to that library, yes. I just went there just to see X times this thing.
Yeah.
How did I get this? I didn't know. Till I was like, no, man, let me go to this guy who just like threw a nuclear bomb in class. So I went to this guy. I talked to him. I don't remember our first conversation.
Yeah.
I don't remember us introducing to one another. But it was one of those talks, man. I'm a humble person by nature. I talked to the guy. Then he helped me.
Yeah.
Like from the get-go, like from scratch. Sorry. He helped me. Wow. Okay. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. And then he opened a textbook. Then I started visiting his place.
Yeah.
Because he was staying in Nyanga Terminus in KDC. So I went to visit his place. He visited my place. So it was like that. So our friendship.
So start off a new friendship.
Yeah, it was a new fresh start for me. And then I'm glad that he helped me, because now during the midterm, or it was term 2, term 3, the fire was starting to rise now, because it was not looking down on other people, but it was only me and him on top of each other, so in class for the duration. Then our teacher was turning us into enemies now. But who's gonna get this?
Competition.
Yeah, like a competition. And then my teacher used to give us cash. He would offer first position maybe 50 rands, right?
Yeah.
Then he would offer second position maybe 30 rands. Then third place maybe 20 rands or 15 rands. Back then that was huge, man. You can
Still
spend it.
huge.
Still
Huge.
It's still huge. It's still huge. Yeah, it's still huge. Which is another thing.
No, like I do get you. Like it's not as much. Inflation and yonke le nto yenzekayo. 50 rand.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened in class. So that was some kind of a motivation. Then grade 10, then I got to choose maths and physics and life sciences.
Yeah.
Then I started to enjoy physics. But physics used to make me angry because I usually get most stuff wrong with physics.
Yeah.
And then I would want to know about how did this happen. Like, so it's a different story on its own. Then life sciences in grade 10, it wasn't that much. It was more of like memorizing. Plant cell is this.
Cramming.
Animal cell is this, yeah. So we were doing that. And then came grade 11. Grade 11 and grade 12.
Before grade 11.
Yeah.
Like, grade 10.
Thank you for reminding me. The ghost guy. Actually, I went to grade 10 with him.
Ghost? The what?
The ghost guy.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We were in the same class with the ghost guy for grade 10. Then for grade 10, it was the rise of the gangsterism. Yeah, which is in our class. 80% of the gents in classing were involved in gangsterism. And so was other grade 10s, grade 11s.
Yeah.
So it was a war zone in our community and in our school. And we were around that. Now I've always been like, I was scared. Like being a gangster, just like I said about smoking, looks cool. You can do everything, get the chicks, and do whatever you like, walk like the way you want to walk. But being a gangster also meant that you had to get stabbed, like for real. So I was like, I'm not gonna sacrifice being stabbed. Then what grade 10, it was under that influence. Then things started to change. We started losing people in class. Abanye went their ways and we went their ways. Then came grade 11.
For learners as gangsters.
Sure.
I think so, yeah.
Surely.
Because the first 6 months of a high school, grade 10, and Mamela is a cafe. I was a cafe.
It's
good. Because we end up born. The stories are like most almost we don't promise Kaka. I constitution in easy. So this cafe, by experience, I'm trying to come down and then like it's not like right from
So they were having practicals in real life. No man. Because I was not the class in year no more. Been the next door so and man, you really class I leave for a school or for a community and
for us
his stories needs. I think maybe spend any episode to try and unpack how we felt during earlier. Because it be intense and the stories are corners wild.
Speaking of which, it's a sad one because that thing is a cycle. It has been proven like many times. Because now that was our generation back then as teenagers or as kids, and now we have a new generation now also experiencing the same thing.
Yeah.
And then now things are happening quicker now. And it's a sad story. Just like you said, maybe we will touch on this when we get the time to.
Yeah, it's stories that say Kasi.
Yeah, Kasi Chronicles definitely this is so but it's about to be for the Kasi.
Yeah, but not like some sort of gossip and name drop, and like we can also add in element of educate, especially like abantwana abancinci that see gangsterism and yonke loo nto leyo as cool and whatever. Like it is some sort of awareness But no man. There's as you know, they do not end well. And they just cut your life short. And it's not nice for one, your parents, your friends, and also as a community iphelele yabo, because akho mandi malana uyafumana sekuba like abantu abana what 15 baphethe ibhanga bayaleqana ngapha nangapha yabo. But going back to
the high school and grade
the high school yakho and the academics, so grade bani mo?
Yeah, I'm in grade 10 now.
Grade 10. Oh yeah.
I meant grade 11, sorry. So in grade 11, I had a class teacher. Oh, may he so rest in peace.
Oh, also, grade 11, club over iskolo, basic chamos. Yeah, because in US 11, I think, when was grade 11? Man?
2013.
2012.
Huh?
2012, let's move in late 2012.
Move in late 2012.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we busy. What was in doing that? Is that coincidence mhlophe man?
Yeah.
In most cases. Yeah, it is a coincidence mhlophe. Then so kiwa officially ngathi ngo 2013 kwa move in. Like apho uqala khona unyaka. And yeah, ungaqhubekeka ke. How was grade 11 academically?
Grade 11, as I was saying, before I touch on that, there was a guy in grade 11, which is our teacher. I think it was your class teacher, Mr. James man.
Oh,
that guy, he was so excellent, like so down to earth. I think the last time I spoke to him was on social media, but like more on the adult, but I don't remember when, or only like 3 years later after high school. But I did have communication high, but I lose because he was teaching, I think where in Cape Town. I don't remember, man. But that guy, he was also an influence to what I do today. And also my class teacher, who is no longer here with us, Mr. C.M. Komo. Mr. C.M. Komo, I think he was from Zim. He was from Zim. A great guy, that guy. Also had a comedic side as well. So yeah.
I think Mr. James man, wayekhona wa grade 10, but
he never told me.
by teacher Tina I met now. And then kwa grade 11, not be class teacher, but even I think it contract, like even go permanent. But he was good,
he was so
very
excellent.
good.
So excellent.
Then Mr. Ngomo, naye une jokes zakhe and a good, like textbook, clever. Like textbook wawuyithanda nyana.
I used to steal that guy's textbook, like the teacher's guide. From his desk. Then not steal the textbook, to not return it, but to see if what are we gonna do? So it's more like I had a cheat code.
Trying to be ahead.
Because I didn't understand as easy, so I had to at least understand. And then coming to physical sciences, Mr. MJ Mapoto.
Oh yeah.
Also from Zim. That guy is a masterpiece. He's an instrument, man, like an instrument of change for himself, firstly, and he's an instrument of change towards us and to our community. I first met Mr. Makoto when we were in grade 10, I think. I think he was filling in for a teacher to do physical sciences back then. So the guy had a small voice and he was bald. So we used to make fun of him. And then making fun of that guy, we didn't understand the content or what he was teaching.
Yeah.
Not because we didn't get what he was saying, but we were more focused on laughing at the guy.
Accent, yeah.
And his accent, but not realizing we had to like listen and like focus on what he was like telling us or teaching us. Then up until he became our teacher in grade 11 and grade 12. So yeah, that guy, I still praise him today. And I still have communication with him. Like recently, even this year, we did communicate. He wished me well on what I'm like the
project.
Yeah, I'm busy now. So yeah, and it's a nice relationship that we have, man. It's a relationship where he's like there, but he feels so close. So yeah, it's like that. Then when it came to tutoring, I think I started in grade 11.
Yeah.
Because in grade 11, most of my peers were performing under. So that's when I started to show like what do they call this thing? There's sympathy and empathy. So I think I was more leaned on not sympathy but empathy. But I don't know how the definition here works. I know it's different from sympathy. So
I think it's sympathy ukusize.
Yeah, like kanjalo. Yeah, I wasn't feeling like that when my peers were failing, but I was more like empathizing. Exactly, yeah, just like that. So I was like, hey, okay, I'm passing here in this group, but no one's passing. So hey, the conversation, not that it was my fault, obviously it was their fault that they're not doing well. So but I was like, hey, I feel like I could do something about it. So I started that, so whenever we had the homework, so I'd always say to my teacher, can I please explain it a little bit differently than what you're doing? Not saying that my teacher was not like accessible for them.
Yeah.
So I did that. So my teacher gave me a chalk. I went on the board. Then I explained something. Then I started from there. I didn't know what was going on. It's just that in my mind, I was like, I want you guys to win as well. Or I want you to see what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And indlela different ngendlela enzeke ngayo lento yakho yokuqala i-tutoring is that abanye abantu like baba approached uba can you please help us what yeah.
Okay,
But from what you are saying is that wena you lend a hand ngokwakho uba no man guys, I think if we can do 1 2 3 yabo together yabo, then I believe ba ningakwazi ukupasa like with good marks.
Yeah.
Now, and it takes, and that's what it takes into enjani na, because abanye abantu like good bayapasa nje qha, like if uyapasa nje ekhaya yena then that's fine yabo.
Sure.
And ke ngoku wena uya kwi extra mile yokuthi no man, yes ndiyapasa but I feel like ningasipaseni sonke uso.
Yeah.
And yi-quality grand leyo, and phofu kum kwi-side lam ndine some sort of limitations zam, especially like primary nase-high school, like ukustatarisha was a big thing yabo. So these limits zam, and being in front of a class explaining into like I was not like even shake then I'm like no, I wouldn't be able to do what you are doing, but I can do at least if it's a one-on-one, then it's fine but when you would feel in class abantu basuke like from different classes, then bayayazi but no man umaday uzawuba ne-session by maths then it went out quite well to a point over you even invited abantu up kokwenu. And also sishuta kwindawo entsha andilibele ukumenshina lento le yabo. So yeah, I think ndizokwenza lento like kwezinye guests if umuntu uyafuna like ndiye kuye then yeah, because a nice setup is now yabo. So as I was saying, yabo, it went to a point yoba isuke from a class in esikolweni, then you made apha kokwenu as some sort of a class, and bekugcwala yabo. I know abantu who can attest to le nto le yabo, and now I'll join sihlale apha explain, and it was nice, but kuwe like uyithathe wayisa kwenye level kule project le ubusy ngayo ngoku.
Yeah, it was a cheat code for me, if I may say, because I say a cheat code because the more I explain a concept or the more I explain something, to me it sticks.
That's true.
It sticks. So that was my way of studying. But obviously I had to prepare myself, isolate myself from everyone up until I get something. And that's one thing about me, even the project which we'll go to in a few moments. Like before I attend to you or to my students, I prepare myself. I first ask them, okay, you need this and this. Then if I'm not sure, I'm gonna need some time, because I need to make it easy for you. That's what I'm doing. And then, I remember telling my parents what I'm gonna have my peers and my friends over. We used to sleep over here in this place. My father and my mother, they are still people, right? But it's one thing that they gave it go ahead. They're like, it's fine.
It's educational.
You can do it. One thing about those two people, if I may talk about them.
That's fine.
I did mention about they are religious, right? They go to church. They want us to go to church. So they don't like something that is bad for their kid or for their kids. So I think Naleo became something because the years have gone by, man. Because in reality is I'm sure some of you and Nani say experience but maybe when it happens, I'll be accepting it. Like the years are going, and then there will be a time having here and all that. So I know that feels messed up, but when it happens, man, there's a new point of acceptance, and a point of they've done so much. Because now, I'll tell you when I'm talking about my program, how I choose to live nowadays. I'll explain it to you. So
But life njalo, like the more cooler, the more reality hits, we'll have to accept that no one lives forever.
No one lives forever, my friend.
It's a matter of just enjoying ixesha elunalo with the ones you love, and man. So ngoku Avuyile high school ngoku, abantu like ubunazo ezi program apha tutorisha abantu left, right and center, then i-program yongole like iqale kanjani?
The program.
And also like ithini igama layo, because kula episode I almost butchered lona.
But you got it correctly, but you were saying it but as if not you saying it wrong. Question mark. You got it right. It's Avuyile and science. It's something that I came up with. I didn't know what to say or what to call it.
So Av is short for Avuyile.
Yeah, it's short for Avuyile. But I don't like to be there, man. I won't like to be in the front of things. Because in this program, I am my own manager and I'm my own tutor as well. So I'm the employee and the employer at the same time.
Say one man show.
I say one man show. Not really though. Not really. There are still things that are happening undercover, but obviously when it's time for me to make an announcement, then I will do that as I always do. So the program came about. Yeah, I didn't mention my varsity years, but I'll quickly run through them.
Okay.
So my varsity years, I went to CPUT. I did mechanical engineering. I don't want to say much because I dropped out. So yeah, you would. Yeah, that was 2015 then. That was 2015, was the first year. The only module I passed, surprisingly, was mathematics. 75%.
Yeah.
At best. I didn't even bring my results at home. It felt bad, man.
Oh man, i-tertiary iba yi-jump enkulu man.
Yeah.
Like i-jump enkulu, and ufumanise kuba like high school ubune-support, yabo, une-friends zakho, and then now university uba all alone, and then ke ngoku unezi tests zifikayo left right and center, i-tutorials, and i-chapter iyagqitywa nange lecture A1 to a point yoba uyagoa straight, yabo, and a lot happens engqondweni yakho, and to a point yoba like ufail, yabo, and iye ibe point yoba iba normal, like into yofeyila, even though like uzama, but like i-environment ayivumeli, yabo, awukabikho ready, and not ba udom because academically good, but it's just that ubungabikho ready.
And also not being into something, it's a major fact.
Oh yes. Yeah, like why didn't you pursue teaching, or ibilando yoba no man mandiye engineering? Because
my marks were good, that's why I went to engineering. But when we did classes of engineering, like they take us to a workshop,
I
was like, hey, my father is already wearing safety boots and wearing dirty overalls. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this. Then I dropped out 2015. Then I did apply UWC again for 2016. Then I took teaching. Right. So I took teaching for FET. I remember. Was it senior phase? I don't remember. I passed well on my first year at UWC, but I only dropped one module. Right. So I failed that module. So I had to repeat it. Then 2017, everything was going well. Then something happened here at home. I lost my uncle. Yeah, he died in a shooting. That was 2017. So he died on a Sunday. Then on a Monday, I think it was during October, I had an exam. So I didn't even bother myself to go to campus. Because my mother asked me, are you gonna go to school? I was like, nah, I'm not gonna go to school.
Okay, sorry about leyo lesine problem nespace. Phone iyagcwala nabo, but to continue from apho ikhathishe khona, you were speaking about university, and it was a moment whereby you lost your uncle, and then bekufanele uyobhala. Yeah, bekufanele uyobhala, but you said how's yobhala mos?
Yeah, I chose not to go right. Since it was one of those feelings where you lose someone, then you be like, nah, you're not feeling this. And then we went to Eastern Cape, then we buried him, came back. I attended school, but I wasn't into school anymore. I was doing education, like a bachelor in education in UWC, which is a degree that I never got to finish. Then I dropped out as well. Due to, I wanted to be my own man, right? Always part, not listening to parents. I guess the thing that I was running away from childhood came back, to take me. And being ignorant is one of the things like that is a danger to humanity. So once you become ignorant, be foolish, ungabina respect and all that, yeah, it makes you lose a lot. So I dropped out, then went back to CPUT. This time around, at this moment, I was just juggling through courses.
So I don't know the CPUT.
CPUT, I took a food science and technology. So Napana, yeah, I did meet people there. I'm still friends with people that I met there. And when was this? We wanted to start a company. Me and my two friends, which is a guy from Kwalanga and another guy from KZN. So we wanted to start a chocolate company. We were in class, so in food technology, you were studying, right? But you were also taken through practicals. So there were pracs every week or every end of the week. There were pracs. So we pracs, they show us about how to make such and such of a food product. Then they have every like food product, from doing stuff that has to do with meat, doing peanut butter or nut beverages and all that. So we were there, and my friends, we were like, hey, if only we could own those machines, then we'll be sorted for life. The guys are Uvusi Boy from Walanga, and then the other guy from KZN is Spesihle Mdlalos, yeah, which is they did graduate with food science. I did congratulate them, and they're still doing good in life, which is a great thing. And then after that, I went to the industry, which is I took my matric certificate, then went to work. I worked for a company that it's not food based, but it was a packaging company. So there in that company, I was a packer, just a regular guy, you know. So I spent about 2 years on that company, and then after that I decided to call it quits. Yeah, call it quits, because I was like running like circles on the same place. I remember how I quit my job. I was thinking about it most of the time. So the money was there, but but it was not like about the money that you can like sustain your life up until you're 40 or you're like that. Well, depending on any responsibilities that you are gonna face or the one you're currently facing. And one thing about me, when it comes to money, I am not a fan of money, not at all, because it has some ups and downs in the money. You know, some people are driven by money to do something, which is I don't fully support the idea there. Yes, it becomes a treasure. It becomes some sort of a bonus for you to do what A and B and C, or to connect the dots. And also money is also like, it could be your capital. Money it also like buy you another business while you're in business. So I quit my job. Then I remember I was sitting in a couch with my mother. Firstly, I was coming back from a night shift. Then coming back from a night shift, I told my mother, hey, I'm thinking of quitting. Like, I'm tired of working now. Then she asked, what are you gonna do? How old was I then? Yeah, but in this stage though. Yeah. She was like, at this age, you wanna quit work? What you gonna do for yourself? Then I was like, I wanna go back to school, because I still have a lot to prove to myself, and I need to do a lot when it comes to school. So I quit my job around March, like the first week of March. I remember I went to this place they call Rens Cape Town on a Sunday. Then on a Monday I worked, and then I quit on a Monday. Yeah. So it was like that. Then I told my mom about that. Then she was like, what are you gonna do for the remainder of the whole year? Then I was like, I think I'm gonna redo my matric, but not rewrite my matric because I did have good marks. So I was like, I'm gonna find textbook, have YouTube, learn content. Then I thought again, you know what? Let me just give back. Let me not just stay back and not do anything.
Yeah.
Let me give back. Then I was like, I remember I told you guys, but hey, I'm thinking of this, and I think I told you then I want to quit my job, and then I think I want to venture in tutoring. And then you were supportive. I remember I used to come at your place if I want a lesson or something like that to use your Wi-Fi and all that. You would always welcome me. But okay, you can do this. And the support that I got from my peers, I will say, but it is one of the privilege. It's privilege. It's money that you get from someone who's older than you, but okay, I'm almost telling something nice. So, but it came in a form of like friendship. It was not money necessarily. So that happened. Then I started, to publicize. But okay, now I'm gonna use my Facebook, my WhatsApp, my Instagram to announce. But okay, so I announced around May I'm gonna start tutoring.
Yeah.
Then I did start tutoring then.
Around May.
Around May.
Which year is it?
This was 2022. Around May, I started tutoring.
So, just nje i-disclaimer because ngoku like uyasibeka ezi stories zakho ne, and I feel like zikhona ezinye questions that I wanted to ask also from from Varsity, and you explained food tech ubukuyo like nale business yakho and then ufuna uyiqala like zisekhona like ezinye izinto besinozi unpack, but because ifoni yethu igcwele and asikwazi ungena deep, maybe singano part 2 whereby like we can speak more about ezinye izinto, because I believe zininzi lessons esinozi pick up from le journey yakho. Yabo zininzi kakhulu. Yabo then so ngoku tuqala i-tutoring and ke ngoku ngubani unyaka?
It's 2022.
Which is 2 years back.
2 years
Yo
back.
ngathi kudala uqalile yazi.
I think it's 2023.
It's 2022. It's 2022 because that was the year that I quit my job. 2022.
And also like there's no unpack like what was going through enhloko yakho yabo when you were thinking about ukwita ispan, because I'm sure it was not like a one moment thing. I'm sure zikhona izinto ebezisenzeka and there were times up uqonda okay, I'm gonna quit, but you didn't quit, like nje yonke nje ezo ups and downs, because I don't think ibe into nje like a moment eyi-1 yoba quit. And also ne conversation yakho with umama wakho ba like you wanna quit and go back to school and uqale nomtutorisho. I'm sure you have a conversation and nice leyo yabo, but kule tutoring
Yeah.
Then you said you were gonna use Facebook wakho, Instagram, and social media business. WhatsApp, as some sort of advertisement.
To get my name out there.
And reach yakho like ubun so nabo abantu, because I believe like ungathi unabantu abaninzi abakulandelayo like from i-posts zakho and
especially Facebook.
Social media is just social media, guys. So
and no benzothi nje I like indlela omsebenzisa ngayo ku social media, because we sort of i-billboard yakho to advertise i-project yakho yabo. unabo abantu abaninzi, and you're not only just posting pictures for the sake of posting pictures, but also ugaina lo following leyo and uyisebenzise to promote i-business yakho.
Yeah, and speaking of business and speaking of my personal life, personally, I feel just like the way I felt back in the day, but I want Abantu to make it. It's the reason behind DrivingConversations project in the inside. I want people to make it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, people reached me back then. Then I started. Then it kept on going. Then I got positive feedback from parents about that. Yeah, my child has done so and so and so. Thank you so much. So I'm a very emotional person. I like to be by myself, then cry. That made me cry.
Yeah.
Not in a sense where I'm feeling bad, but it was
a bit touching.
Yeah, it was so touching in a way that, okay, why am I doing this is the first question. Why am I doing this? Is it like ibalekile lonto to know about why are you doing something? There has to be like an explanation. Because I've been through a lot. For omnye umntu, like in their perspective, they will see about, okay, I had it easy maybe, like how they would perceive ubomi, and I don't blame them, right? So how we see one another, it's based on our own perspective. So the parents are the drive as well, and the drive is for people to get the project, and then from the project they come out with something else. And any Indo, I don't want them to experience like the worst, like as double cool, because we live in a dangerous area. So how to beat crime? To beat crime, you don't fight crime with crime. To beat crime, you introduce like sporting activities, like anything out of this world. Like, that kids can participate, be active. Because I remember you mentioned this thing in one of your episodes about, once you failed matric, it's not a bad thing. But strongest points is home to is proven, is you get to see strongest points out, maybe we soccer, we dance, or we art. Like kwezinye izinto. So it becomes like that.
Fuck. Low battery.
Low battery, so I
don't know.
Money check.
Yeah, quite true.
Yo, hopefully ayizucima yona. Or ayicimanga.
Record, bro.
Record. Yeah.
It's 20%. What?
20%. Okay.
20%. 10 minutes.
Yeah. Lendo of not having the equipment right. So long as many problems. But
it's very hard to subscribe. Like.
Yeah,
it's very hard.
So
as I was saying, man. So I have like it's 2022, 2023, now it's 2024. Like 2023, it was my most successful year with the tutoring industry. Then I did go back to school, but as you've said, about my stopping there, like if we do talk again, then something to see.
You can mention the part
of me going back to school.
Yeah, because you are doing teaching.
Yeah, I'm doing a teaching in Stellenbosch University. Yeah.
And you finished the first year last year.
Yeah, I finished my first year last year.
So it's second year.
It's my second year this year.
So this year and
2 more years.
And 2 more years.
Yeah.
Then you'll be a qualified teacher. Which that's nice, man.
Yeah.
Because I believe Nyani, teacher, like you've been at it since the high school, and we second year we all know about uyayithanda lento yabo. And even nangoku siya like UWC or CPUT yabo, we would always ask but no man why ungenzi teaching yabo, but ubufaka as a second option.
And I didn't feel comfortable back then.
Yabo.
I don't know why.
But as I always say, man, life une ups and downs, and it's just finding yourself. And ngoku wena wenza le tutoring on the side, and also uyafunda teaching straight yabo, of which life wakho ngoku like it's more like it has come into full circle.
Sure.
Yabo.
And character of 9,000.
Yabo. Then just to touch on students is like une target market or ijongileyo, like izeziphi grades ozikhabarishayo, and then which subjects?
Since I mentioned about 2013 was my successful year because I had so many people were trusting to lento endiyenzayo. I had so many people, like thanks to the people out there who've been distributing like what am I doing, and also recommending people to me. I know it's not an easy thing to do, because when it comes to tutoring, you have to have your voice, right? You have to have a way of doing things. Yeah? It's one thing reading out something that's on a book. It's one thing like making it fit.
You explain it, right?
To explain it, then it sits well to another person that you're tutoring. So my target market is from in Stellenbosch University. I did on my first year, last year, I did natural sciences, which is surprisingly they're doing a content that is based on grade 10, which is they're doing physics, electricity, on physics, and also chemistry, and also so I do take students from grade 7, right? So we do natural sciences in grade 7, then grade 8 as well, grade 9. So we do natural sciences and maths, because maths is one of my favorite subjects. So it's easy to do. I know people have like so many stories to tell about maths, because it's not a likable subject, but I try to make it likable. And then also grade 10s. Grade 10s I do maths, physics, life sciences. Same goes na go grade 11s. Grade 11s I tutor maths, physics, and life sciences. Then I go grade 12s. Then in the story of grade 12s, how I work is I also do have people that have failed their matrics, right? So I within the program, right? So I handle them like if they're writing in June or in May or November, December examination. So I'll be with them like for a period of like for a couple of months until they write. If I can touch on something that I'm doing now, like as of now, like during this week. This week I'm busy with people that are writing in May, June examination, which is the physics, maths, and life sciences. So now I'm tutoring those people now, right? So I'm tutoring them like it's like twice or 3 times a week. Then the other time they have to themselves, they go study, then come back to me. Then I do that. So my tutoring works like this. So I tutor them with the content, right? But I don't do the whole content, right? I only touch on a specific chapter on a specific lesson, and also do past papers, right? So that they get the connection between the two. Because it's one thing to know something on a textbook, but it's another thing to like
question paper,
to do a question paper and understand a statement. That was one of my I don't want to say slogans, but things that I highlighted when I started tutoring. I was like, okay, when I tutor you, it was me selling myself to them. When I tutor you, I make sure that you understand the statement, you understand the questioning, and you understand what is required of you in terms of how you should put an answer, right? So basically that's what I do. So the times and how I run it. So since I'm not back in campus yet, so I run it every day, like from Sunday to Sunday, from 8 o'clock up until 6 o'clock. Yeah. Then the times will change when I go back to campus. So yeah, just like last year. Last year I was using Friday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday to tutor because I didn't attend like the whole week. There are some days we don't have classes at school, so yeah. So that's how I work. Yeah.
Then kukole, like you also help abantu, let's say who've done grade 12 like 10 years ago and wanna
I know.
rewrite ngoku because of whatever reasons abazifunayo yabo. So uyabathatha now.
Yeah, I do take them. Older people, I do take them. Even more than 10 years. Yeah, I have a group of people that I'm busy with. I started with them last year, but the most beautiful thing about them is that they take a subject per year.
Okay.
Just to accommodate them.
Yeah.
At first I was like, hey, I shouldn't be doing this, right? Then that came out wrong, I know. At first I was like, I shouldn't be doing this because I'll be robbing them now. Then I did have a meeting with them firstly. But okay, I know how to tutor this thing, but teaching you like from scratch to be something else. Then they were so nice, I don't wanna lie. They were like, no man, the only thing we need, we're only gonna write this paper. So when you should make this paper easier for us. It's not like, yes, they're gonna require prior knowledge maybe in a section of questions, but just give us the work, then that will work, then come back with the results. So yeah, I do take about like over 10 years or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I recorded it, but I think little low pitch.
Low pitch. I think we can wrap it up. Then let's say Bukele and would like to reach out to her. How can he or she reach out? Okay, I think audio is a yabo. So we can continue monologue. I'll just put maybe picture yakho. So like how would people like reach out to her?
Yeah, record.
Oh, you were asking on
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, everything is just messed up. Yeah.
You feel it?
Yeah, I feel it.
I think we should cut it out. Yeah, just say, okay, if let's say there's someone Bukeleyo and would like to reach out to her,
yeah, I feel like singing radio. Okay, I have my Facebook. On Facebook, I am Avuyile Elvis Teyise. Then on Instagram, it's Avu_THYS. And then, flip, I forgot my other contact number that you can call me on, but I do know my WhatsApp number. So you can WhatsApp me on 067 847 3178.
Yeah. And also I think zawufaka la ikhona la poster yakho that you always distribute details zakho and what. So yeah, since kungekho ne video, I'll just add la poster then sidla le audio le.
Okay, alright.
This be subjects to check.
Subjects that I'm doing: natural sciences, life sciences, mathematics, which is pure maths, and physical sciences. And also maths lit and accounting is also available, which is, I did mention, but there's still things going on undercover. Yeah. So I do have someone who's helping me out for those two subjects in particular. Then if there are more subjects, then I will announce. Or if there are more tutors, then I will announce. But yeah, that's basically everything.
Okay, yeah. Just to say a few words, thank you for your time, and
Yeah,
also
yeah,
thank you
yeah.
for the project uyenzayo, because I know abantu, they do appreciate your work, like what you were saying when the parent called you and then she explained
Yeah,
uh the progress eyomntana yabo.
sure.
And I've also heard like ezinye testimonies from abanye abantu that you tutor
Yeah, yeah,
yabo.
yeah.
It's a great thing, and yeah man, it's always nice to have to assist you with your schoolwork, especially when you not doing well and you wanna improve.
Yeah.
yabo. So
And if I may add, you talk about improving and assisting. You know, most people that I tutor, they're actually brilliant. Like actually brilliant. It's just them not knowing how brilliant they are. Because I once had my golden boy. I won't mention his name. My golden boy, he was doing grade 10 last year. I took him from not from grade 1, from code 1.
yeah.
So his mother was like, this guy is doing like this. And then I was like, yeah, it's gonna be tough. So on the first day I met the kid, so I was like, I heard a lot about you. And then they told me your maths code. This is your maths code. I think he was 29 or 27%. So I wrote 29 or 27% on the board, and I was like, is that your mark? He was like, yeah, that's my mark. Well, I did that because I was trying to destroy his spirit, firstly. Not necessarily destroy it, but to some sort of motivation. Yeah? I wanted him to feel bad first before moving on. Because you can feel bad, yeah? And then you have that the pretense mode. I'm good. I'm gonna handle it. I'm gonna take this. No, I wanted us to start there. Wow, this is your mark. Accept it first. Then we did lessons. He was attending every week, and not necessarily every week, but every weekend. He was attending. Then he went on writing his finals. Then he came back with a code 5 from a code 1 in mathematics.
Wow, that's nice.
So
That's
yeah.
nice.
Now that you mentioned it, about hey, Kubiland was among Tolen. Mentioning about the one like really from code 1 to code 5. Ungenza njani just to wenze le nto yenzayo, which is ututorisha like ibe more broad, because I feel like it only accommodates abantu around and nexesha lakho limited.
Yeah.
So ungenza njani like ufumane audience like.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, you're not to make it more accessible, because I do like get people like about like far away from me, and then when it comes to time, I'm always occupied. So things of moving, we online industry, they are there in talks about. So, and things of also moving YouTube, they're also there in talks. Not necessarily in talks, they're in motion, but still like this is baby steps. So they are coming around. So hopefully by I don't wanna put a date and kill myself, but I know but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Upcoming.
Yeah. But as soon as it happens, I'm gonna announce it, then I take it from there.
Okay. So yeah. Yo, ngathi sawuyana with 2 hours. Yeah, thanks for the man.
Thank you so much.
We can have maybe any episode some other time, and then we chop up ezinye aspects of life.
Yeah.
And that's it from my side. Sure.